If you're anywhere near law school, you know your entire career basically hinges on one single test. But what happens when that test gets a complete top-to-bottom reinvention? Well, today we're diving deep into the biggest overhaul the bar exam has seen in, well, decades, the brand new NextGen bar exam.
So yeah, the NextGen bar exam is coming, and believe me, it is a whole new ball game. This question right here is probably keeping a lot of future lawyers up at night. But hey, don't panic. Our goal today is to give you a really clear roadmap of what's changing so you can walk into that test feeling ready and, dare I say, confident.
Okay, so let's get right into it. First things first, why is this massive change even happening? I mean, what's the big idea behind replacing an exam that's been around forever?
Well, the National Conference of Bar Examiners puts their mission right out there. The whole point is to make the test a better match for the real-world skills a new lawyer actually needs on day one. It's a huge shift from just proving you know the law to proving you can actually use the law.
So these are the principles that guided the whole redesign. Now, for you, the test taker, the key thing to see is right there in those first 2 points. A much stronger focus on practical lawyering skills that are woven together with legal knowledge. It's way less about just memorizing rules and way more about applying them to real-life situations. So, what does this new exam actually look like? You know, when you sit down at the computer. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the new format and structure. When you put them side by side, the difference is just wow. The NextGen exam is shorter. We're talking 9 hours over a day and a half, and it's all on a computer. So yeah, goodbye Scantron bubbles. It's just a more streamlined, modern test, and it introduces totally new ways of testing what you can do. And you can see this new focus when you look at how it's scored. Sure, standalone multiple choice is still a big piece of the pie, but look at those other 2 slices. The performance tasks and the integrated question sets, those are the written skills-based parts, they now make up just over half of your total score. That means your ability to really analyze a problem and write about it is more critical than it has ever been.
Basically, you can think of the old multi-state essay exam being replaced by these 3 core question types. The whole point is that they're all designed to feel a lot more like real legal work. We are forced to pull together facts, legal resources, and your own analysis, all within a single realistic problem.
All right, let's talk about the substance. What legal concepts and what actual practical abilities are they measuring on this new exam?
First up, we have what they call foundational skills. Honestly, you can think of these as the verbs of being a lawyer. The test isn't just asking what you know, it's asking if you can actually do these day-to-day things, like advising a client or spotting the real issues buried in a case file.
But of course you still have to know the law. The foundational concepts are the big subjects you'd totally expect. Torts, contracts, con law, all the classics. So don't worry, that substantive legal knowledge you crammed in law school is still absolutely 100% critical to passing this thing.
Now, listen up, because this is a huge change for how you're going to study. The NCBE has split topics into 2 types. For starred topics, you have to know it cold. You're relying on pure recall. But, and this is the kicker, for unstarred topics, the exam might actually give you the legal resources you need, like a statute or part of a case. This completely changes the memorization game.
All right, so all of these changes, the new format, the big focus on skills, this whole new study dynamic, it all leads to the single most important question, right? How in the world you actually prepare for an exam that is so different from everything that came before it?
A new test needs a new game plan. It's as simple as that. So we looked into how prep courses are adapting, and one company, Celebration Bar Review, has really built its method from the ground up to meet these new challenges. Let's take a look at how they're doing it.
But before we even get into the how, let's talk about the results, because that's what really matters. Jennifer Grace didn't just pass the UBE using these tools, she actually increased her score. And that right there, that outcome, is the whole point of this.
So, how's it done? Well, it starts with mastering those foundational concepts, but in a way that actually fits a modern, busy schedule. You get complete digital outlines, really targeted lectures you can listen to or watch anywhere, and a study plan that's flexible enough to adapt to your life, not force your life to adapt to it. And for that huge skills-based part of the exam we talked about, it is all about practicing with a purpose. This means focusing on the real question patterns and workshops and using a massive bank of actual questions. But here's the crucial part. They give you model answers and the exact point sheets the graders use. So you're not just practicing, you're learning to write exactly what gets points. And this might be their most innovative tool. The AI Accelerator. It's built to solve the single biggest problem almost every bar taker has: time. It's designed to make your study hours way more efficient, potentially cutting them by up to half. I mean, for anyone out there trying to balance studying with a job or a family, that is an absolute game changer.
Okay, let's bring this all together and get back to what this is really all about: your path to passing the bar exam.
You know, at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. A 4.7 out of 5 average rating from students who have successfully passed the exam, well, that says it all. That number speaks volumes about whether this approach actually works.
And I just love this quote from Candace Jones because it gets to the very human side of this. Let's be real. The bar is tough. A great prep course doesn't just throw information at you. It gives you structure and support. It helps you keep your sanity through what is, no joke, one of the most stressful times in your life.
And we'll end with this powerful idea, which is also their tagline. The ultimate goal here isn't just to take the bar exam. It's to make sure that the next time you sit for it is the last time you ever have to. The NextGen exam is a brand new challenge, for sure. But with the right preparation, it is one you can absolutely conquer.